Thank you, Madam Chair. Mr. Washington, welcome to the committee. And thank you for both your service to this nation in the military as well as your continued commitment to public service. I want to talk a little bit about the pilot workforce and pilot shortages and opportunities that may be presented to us right now. I understand that less than 10% of licensed pilots are women. The Women in Aviation Advisory Board released a report last year that included a recommendation that Congress provide additional financial tools for careers in aviation. In pursuit of that goal, I've been working on legislation that would raise the level of federal student loan availability for those who wish to become pilots, and I plan to introduce that measure in coming weeks. But I'm wondering if you believe that additional financial tools like student loans may help women and other underrepresented groups enter the aviation workforce, and also given your recognition in 2017 for advancing women in transportation more generally, how do you plan to continue that important work as administrator of the FAA?
Well, thank you for the question, Senator. This has been a huge priority and passion of mine. During my time in Los Angeles, my 6 years there, 49% of the promotions during that time was for women. We stood up a Women and Girls Governing Council to understand how women travel and ways to improve the system as it relates to the traveling of women. And so this has been really, really huge for me. I feel like I can bring a different perspective to the aviation mode around how to attract women and people of color. I do think it's very, very important that our workforce looks like the people that we serve. And I will do that and look forward to working with your office on that as well.
Well, thank you. I also believe that our nation's military veterans will continue to play a vital role in our aviation workforce. And I will be reintroducing a bipartisan bill that I have with Senator Hoeven called the American Aviator Act, which would authorize grant funding through the FAA to support training opportunities for veterans who are not already military pilots but wish to become pilots in their civilian careers. Given your recognition for supporting military veterans, as well as your background as a non-commissioned officer in the military, how do you plan to use those decades of leadership, frankly, in transportation agencies to advance the careers of other military veterans?
Well, thank you for the question. I would be a walking billboard for veterans to come into aviation. And so I mentioned earlier transit assistance programs that are at every military base, and these are for veterans that are leaving service, really focusing on them and or those programs. Pilots are one thing, but I also think about mechanics. I also think about, those skill sets that keep the aircraft in the air. So I would be huge on that, and it would be a huge priority.
Well, thank you for that.